Hey Taka, how are you? Thank you for donating. Okay. We're gonna actually jump right into the donations here in a second. We're not doing free reads tonight since I did a full hour long stream of free readings. So we'll just jump right into the donations. Taka, you'll be first. Give me just a second, okay? Oh my gosh, I have so many people. Hey, sorry, we were doing a Secret Santa drawing and it was just bad timing. Bad timing. Kendra, Lizzie, hi, hello, and welcome. Kitty, can you get out of the cord? This is not a game. Lizzie, hi, how are you? Thank you for subscribing and being here tonight. Sorry you're missing us on a night where we're not doing free readings. I did free readings earlier. This is just donation based, but you're more than welcome to hang out. Tonight we're doing audio and typed. I do a lot of camera streams as well. We switch it up in here. Kendra donated for 2. Thank you, Kendra. Taka, I'm ready for your question. Oh, Lizzie also donated. Thank you, Lizzie. Perfect. Okay, so let me confirm those really quickly. Cash App, okay. Remember also, everyone, that if you want to extend on your reading, you can. So you can add on channeled message cards, or you could just do another $5 if you want to like add more cards to the reading. Just keep that in mind. That's also an option to do more in-depth. Lizzie's actually came in before yours, Kendra, so I'm gonna put her first, okay? It was like neck and neck there. Okay, so let's add the donation list. We have Taka. Lizzie. And then we have Kendra. Okay, so that's the list for right now. Are you Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and do Taka's. Taka says, why did TG text me only? Oh, by the way, I'm gonna assume everybody wants audio unless you tell me that you want typed. So just make sure you let me know if you'd prefer that. Otherwise, we're just gonna do audio for everybody. Why did TG text me only to go ghost again? This is a close friend, all love interest. Like, what is his deal? We haven't communicated in months, so I was pretty surprised. Maybe he felt like I gave a dry response. Okay. Well, let's see. Let's see about that. Perfect. Thanks, guys. Would you be offended if I told you he was bored? Like, I don't think he necessarily selected you particularly because he was like, who do I reach out to? Whatever. I think that he wanted to check up on you for sure, but I think also he would just had been thinking about you in the moment. He didn't really have much going on. I think he was just kind of curious. I think that you are right. I can say that I feel like your intuition was on point when you weren't very what's the word I'm looking for? Enthusiastic maybe in your response. That could have been like, okay, a little bit of like okay, I'm gonna back off from this situation. So I feel like it was a mix of a couple things. I think that he wanted to see what you were up to, was hoping for maybe more excited response from you. Whether or not he deserves that, I'm not sure. Let me see what else I've got here. Yes, I got you. Or I get you. He didn't deserve it. So the Six of Water is here, and it talks about memories from your childhood. Now, I'm not taking that literally. I'm taking that as just memories that you guys had together with one another. And maybe he had been kind of reminiscing about you a little bit before he messaged you. I will say that it feels like, in a way, it felt like the message was premeditated, only because he had kind of been thinking about it for a little while. But I think that the actual act of reaching out to you and making that decision was very impulsive. So it was kind of like something he'd been thinking about doing, but never really took seriously, never really thought that he'd actually do or wouldn't do as quickly as he did, maybe. There is an aspect here, Taka, of him wanting to feel close to you and maybe get some forgiveness for the situation, maybe try to end things on a better note. But I think that he realized that it just wasn't really worth it because you weren't really engaging with him. He may have actually had a dream in which he contacted you and the reaction was different. And maybe he wanted to see like if there was something more to that. Because there's something here about dreams as well. That I don't know why I just intuitively got that message. Ugh, people from the past always coming back, man. 6 of Cups. We do have the moon here, which signifies the ghosting aspect of this, so that is being acknowledged here. I think he expected something more like what he had envisioned or dreamed of. Some people really think that they're a little bit like out of touch with reality, it seems. They really like to see their thoughts play out, but they like aren't being very realistic with those expectations. My Taurus moon cuts that. Kendra, I have a Taurus moon. Cuts it off really quickly. That's funny. Yeah, I honestly don't understand ghosting either. I'm not sure what your age is, Taka, but like that was never a thing really when I was younger. I think I kind of just missed the ghosting stage a little bit. Maybe in my very, very, very last connection that I had before my fiance, there was a little bit of that going on. But otherwise, it was like pretty much everyone stayed in communication. They said what they meant, said what they were thinking for the most part. I don't think ghosting was such a big thing a while ago. Maybe if he had been more open, but text me first, like, hey, how are you? Like, why would I tell you anything? Exactly. Like, he doesn't deserve to know how you're doing. Bye. It's so prevalent now. Yeah. You're like about 10 years behind me for sure. I never really understood that either. Luckily, I'm engaged to someone 2 years older than me, so he even has like less of comprehension of that social dynamic. So, Taka, thank you so much. Hopefully that gave you a little bit of insight as to what the heck was going on in his mind. And now we have Lizzie. Lizzie, you can go ahead and ask your question. While you do that, I'm going to run and grab a drink. Kendra, thanks for your help. Okay. Will the Leo male that I'm on and off with initiate communication with me or take any action towards me soon? Let's see. The Leo male that Lizzie is in connection with initiate communication or take any action towards Lizzie. So right off the bat, straight away, Lizzie, I see your person wanting to keep things very light and fun and airy. I think it's very hard for him to maybe, what's the word here that I'm looking for? Deep dive into things like emotions and things like that. I think they could be pretty walled off there. Hey, Eliana, thank you. Alex, yes, you can donate. Absolutely. It's a romantic interest. Okay. I've got to say, Lizzie, that I am getting the sun here, which is usually a very good card. It's like one of the best cards to get. And it talks about, like, again, playfulness, youthfulness, like sunshine. It talks a lot about children, though, or it could, like, for whatever reason, I'm interpreting this right now as like acting childish. There's a lack of maturity here, I will say. In regards to initiating communication, I have no. He's discontent. He's not interested. We have the world here as well, which is making me feel like he's kind of closed off that ability to communicate, and he's just not wanting to initiate, not desiring to. And I feel like, honestly, if you were to reach out to him with the Four of Cups, he would not respond or really acknowledge in the way that maybe you want to, or at all. Because the Four of Cups traditionally speaks to someone extending an offer out to someone and them just like standing there with their arms crossed and like shrugged, and they're just like, I don't want to hear from you. Like, I don't want to communicate with you right now. So that's what I'm getting. So I feel like that's a no as far as initiating communication. As far as taking action, I feel like they are going to be in a place at some point soon where they're at least thinking about it. But I just feel very much like this is a retreated energy. I feel like the more that you ask from him about this, like the more you try to define the relationship, see where this is going, take this more seriously, the more he will try to retreat. He definitely wants to keep things very lighthearted, very fun. I feel like he just doesn't want to take anything really seriously right now. He feels like he's spending a lot of time with his friends as well. There's something here about hanging out with friends or letting friends help you. He could be talking to them about this. Playerish. No, not specifically. I'm not getting that. Not in the traditional sense of like he's hooking up with other people outside of you. I feel like he could be playing games. I feel like he could be childish or acting immaturely, and not like, I feel like he chooses you. He likes you, but he doesn't want it to get super serious is what I'm getting. Like that's the issue there. I didn't get like a Knight of Wands. Sometimes a Knight of Wands or even a Page of Wands to me can indicate a player. Three of Cups and Queen of Pentacles could indicate third party, things like that. And I didn't see any of that in your reading. But he could be a little bit more. Oh, Beauty, what did you miss? So when you say, Lizzie, also do you do messages from person? Oh yeah, like do I do channelings? I do. So it's $15 for me to channel for you first person, where I basically like tap into it using cards, but I'm giving you messages directly from what I'm picking up. But you're more than welcome to just donate $5 and I'll pull a couple messages from some of the decks that I have for you if you'd like. It's either way. It's just that I feel like when I pull cards, I use less energy than I do when I actually channel. So it's up to you what you want me to do for you. Okay, sounds good. If you hear my cat screaming in the background, they're just playing with each other and they're like being really dramatic right now. So they're fine. Don't worry. The free 1 hour lives and free 15 minutes. So I didn't do 15 minutes today, Beauty. I didn't do the 15 minutes because I did the hour live. But I have been posting in my community that I like what day I plan on doing the free hours. So like the day before yesterday, I said I was going to do it today or yesterday. And then last night I said I was going to do it today. So I'm trying to give you some advance notice, but I am sorry that they're not sending notifications. That actually irritates me. What the heck? I'm sorry, guys. Maybe after tonight, you guys can like unfollow me, like unsubscribe and then resubscribe, and maybe that will like trick it into resending, making sure that you guys get the notifications. If you do that now, though, you're gonna have to wait to talk in the chat. So I suggest you wait after the stream is done. Okay, so Lizzie wants some messages from the Leo male. Alex, thank you for donating. I'll confirm yours in just a second. I'm doing confirmations right now. Give me 1 second here. Okay, so Eliana is after Kendra for 1 mini. Then we have Alex for 1 mini. Then we have Becca for 1 mini. And then we have Beauty for 1 mini. Let me update the list really quickly here. Lizzie, I'm checking right now. Would it have been through Cash App as well? Make sure if you guys can't hang until your turn that you leave your question with me so that you don't get skipped. Yep, I did get it, Lizzie. Thank you. Okay, so let's pull some channeled messages for you here from the Leo male to Lizzie. Okay, thanks, Beauty. Okay, so he's saying, I'm happiest with you, or I am at my most happy with you. I feel like I deserve forgiveness, or I want forgiveness is what I hear him saying. I feel like I want forgiveness, but I don't know if I deserve it. It's more like it. I hope that you can at some point understand where I'm coming from, and I hope that you will be, give me grace. I know you wonder where my head is at. Sometimes I'm curious if this is just like an opportunity that I've missed or that I'm taking advantage of. But I do need some distance right now. I do want you to know that I'm sorry that I haven't been available. There's something about our connection that scares me. We have something special. This connection feels more physical to me than anything right now. So Lizzie, Lizzie, with that card, it's giving like, I feel like he's more interested in like hooking up with you than like anything else outside of that. The bottom of the deck we have, I want you. He is acknowledging that you might feel like he doesn't care about you. That's there. And then he also says, I want to be close to you. I'm just confused. I pulled a couple extra cards for you, Lizzie. Thank you for subscribing and donating as well. I appreciate having you here. Feel free to hang around, but if you can't and you've got to go, I do hope that we see you back here. Kelly, thank you for the donation. Rising, what would you like tonight? Did you want like an in-depth of one, or did you have 2 questions? Kendra, I am ready for your question whenever you're ready. Clarification, you said. You're welcome, Lizzie. Thank you again. Oh, okay, Rising. Maybe I missed the first donation. Give me a second here. I apologize. I think I just got the notification on the one. If you sent the one $10 donation, Rising, and then there was another one coming in after it, I didn't see it. It's $5 for minis right now, so what you sent was good for one in-depth, but if you sent like another one, I haven't received it yet, so I think I just have to wait for it to come through. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why. I had a feeling you were going to do that, but I was like, I don't see it, so I just wanted to clarify. Any advice from Spirit about my current server job? I'm making money, but not as much as I would have hoped. All right, let's see. Kendra, I specifically asked if you should keep the job, the server job that you're asking about. And Spirit is showing me that you are going to walk away from this probably sooner than you anticipated. A desire to move on, the search for something more. The Eight of Water also talks about walking away, like abandoning, withdrawing, pulling away from something. And it can feel regretful to you, like you can feel sad about it or maybe disappointed that things didn't work out the way that you wanted. But I just want you to know that I am being shown that you're leaving this place. Now, is it tomorrow? Not necessarily, but it will be probably sooner than you anticipated. The Eight of Fire is here telling me that things are going to be happening pretty quickly when that does happen. So maybe you put yourself out there to get another job. It comes through quicker than you expect, for example, and then you have to leave this other job, the one that you have now, sooner than you expected. Well, of course, you're not going to be there forever, but I'm just saying, like, maybe you planned on being there for another year. It might only be 6 months, or, you know, it might only be 2 months. Like, basically what I'm saying is that there's swift change coming in for you in regards to that place. So whatever you thought it was going to be, it feels sooner than that with the Eight of Cups. And then the Eight of Fire right next to it. News of an exciting new endeavor. What is this new endeavor? It says exciting and new. It doesn't say better. My hope is it's better. The end of a phase or a situation. It's time to move on from this. Now, there is something here that says take a little bit more time, like, to make a decision about this. Like, I don't want you to just free fall, right? Like, I don't want you to just quit your job tomorrow and hope that somehow you're going to figure it all out. Like, be smart about it. But it is saying that you are moving on because you feel like you're missing an opportunity to make more money and you feel discontent from where you are right now. You're seeking something more out. Is this new endeavor something better? Please show me a yes or a no. Is this new endeavor for Kendra something better? Rising, it's 5 per question. Sorry, it's not listed in the description. So the Three of Water is here, and it talks about a celebration. So this is like you coming together and being excited about something and maybe celebrating this either alone or with other people. So this could be like a new career opportunity is what it seems. I'm struggling seeing this in full because I'm not, like, there's literally not any pentacles in this reading at all. And I know that you're like looking for the money, you know, you're looking for the bag. You're just like trying to make more, and it's like the pentacles are not coming through. There is a message here. It talks about things not turning out the way that you would have hoped and maybe not seeing the positive in a situation. There's literally an expression here that says crying over spilled milk. So basically being upset about the things that you can't change. Okay, so the specific phrase, Kendra, that I'm hearing from Spirit is hold out for something better to come along. So what I see is the trajectory. This is what I see. I see, let's just say you plan on being there for a year. I see you leaving sooner than that. I see you leaving maybe even at 6 months. But I feel like you could put yourself out there and like try to look for another job, and you want to jump on the next promising thing that comes your way. But I feel like it's just going to be a little bit of the same because you're jumping at this way too quickly and not really like thinking this through. thinking if it's stable. Spirit is saying you just need to take a little bit more time before making a decision. Yes, Bria, you can definitely do that when you click my link tree in the description. And actually, I can post it here really quickly. You'll see my Cash App, PayPal, and Venmo options. But Spirit is saying hold out, Kendra, because there may be something else that's better than even this thing that comes in first. The first thing that comes in might be exciting and promising, but a little uncertain. You're not sure. But it's like, yes, exactly. Spirit saying wait it out because because there's something better. Either way, I see you walking away from this job earlier than you planned to. The 8 of water here, I see you leaving. This specific server job, I see you walking away from. But I'm getting that something better that's not the service job is coming in for you before the year. Or let's just say whatever time frame you had originally planned to stay at this place, or what you would hope to only stay at this place for, it's sooner than that. Because you have news of an exciting new endeavor, and at the bottom of the deck we have the Ace of Pentacles, which is a promising business venture. But keep in mind the Ace of Earth, the Ace of Pentacles is at the bottom of the deck, which means it's not fully baked yet. It's not fully come through yet. So that's why Spirit's like, hold on, she just needs to hold out. Just tell her to keep working there. She'll see. Is pretty much what I'm getting. Yeah, no, for sure. Like, I mean, the way that the economy is going right now, you need to be able to make the money you can make. And I know that out in LA is not cheap. So it definitely feels like you're leaving before a year then. It's like something's moving fast. Something's moving quickly here with the 8 of Fire. So stay there. You wanted advice about it. Hold out. Feel free to put your feelers out at other places. But I feel like there could be something that comes along in like another serving industry or another like job similar to that. Not acting. Just another job that feels like maybe it's even too good to be true because the money seems insane and you really want to jump on it, but you're not really sure how stable or consistent it's going to be. And Spirit is saying just be a little bit more cautious at that time when making those decisions, because there's something else going on that I feel would work for you better. It definitely could be. The good and better thing could be something acting for sure. But I want you to like hear me what I'm saying. You're gonna keep at this server job. You're likely going to leave before a year because that's what you were thinking. It's gonna be sooner. I feel like things are gonna start moving very quickly for you at a certain point before the year is up. Something's going to come in that's not acting related, that feels like you can make good money there, and you're very tempted to take that. But Spirit is saying that just consider that carefully, because there's something else that they are planning that's not this first thing that could be acting related or whatever, that's going to make you feel more stable. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but like Spirit's not giving it to me all in full right now. I'm just picking up certain things right now. I don't really want to push that question too much. Hopefully you get what I'm saying now. Bria, sorry I didn't see your question until just now. I got your donation. Thank you. Yeah, keep the server job. Okay, good. I'm glad that made sense. You're welcome. Exactly. You got it. 100%. You've definitely been impulsive about your job as well. It's good, you know, accountability. So I can take your second question whenever you're ready. Eliana, if you'd like to go ahead and post your question, you can. We're ready for you. I just posted the donation list. If you guys have not seen your name on the list that I just posted, please do let me know. Okay, perfect, Eliana. I'm glad you're here. Okay. So I went ahead. That's funny. We're just so in sync. I went ahead and saved your question, Eliana. Thank you. I didn't see Roma today. I guess he was off because I know. Can I know if he missed or thought of me today? And if so, what was he thinking and feeling? Okay, let's see. Okay, so I'm not getting that he necessarily missed you. Let me see if he missed seeing you today. Like, did he wish that he saw you? I am getting a yes, but it's a funny note because he's saying, like, I would have rather not worked. I think he just was like, if it meant I could see her and not have to work, then yeah, I would have liked to see her. I missed seeing her, but I also, like, just was happy that I, like, didn't have to work, like, either today or, like, the full day or whatever. But he was thinking about you today. Yes, we have the 8 of Fire and the Page of Fire. Okay, so let me see what his thoughts were really quickly. It does sound like him? Okay. He hates working. Oh, damn. Well, I'm glad he had the day then to himself. What was he thinking about Kendra? Oh, he's very quiet. It's taken all that shuffling just to get 3 cards to show up here. Okay, all right. Yeah, I wouldn't say that he necessarily was like crying over the fact that he didn't see you. I'm not saying like this, like really missing you in the sense that you would feel with someone that you really cared about or loved. But he definitely was disappointed that he didn't see you today because we have the 3 of air. And this talks about noticing the disappointment in not being in communication with someone or not seeing someone. The 3 of air can talk about separation or feeling that distance. And so he was upset about that. That was a bit of a letdown. Like I said before, I do get that he pays attention. Like I think he knows when you're going to be working and when you're not going to be working. I think that he kind of knows your schedule pretty well and like what shifts he's going to see you and so on. I think that one thing he thought about was wondering what, if you were looking for him today, if you were missing him. No. It's not contradicting. Let me know if I'm not making sense. But when someone misses you, like it's just like this deep sense of longing, of wishing that you were there. And that's not what I'm getting from him. I am getting a disappointment that he didn't get to see you. But you guys, I feel like, are not at a place where you can miss one another just yet. There's not enough emotional connection that's been built for that to be like a thing. So yeah, I just don't think he was necessarily longing. I don't think it ruined his day that he didn't hang out with you or see you or anything like that. Like he's just out here living, but he did think about you. And I think that if he thought to himself that if he could run into you somewhere and see you, that would make him happy. But he wasn't like devastated or like this deep longing or whatever desire to be near you or anything like that. It was very surface level. It's more like when you see your school crush and then you realize they're not at work that day. It kind of is a bummer. It's like you get excited to see them at school or work or whatever. It's like something like that. Alyssa, I'm not doing free questions this stream. I'm sorry. Yeah, Alyssa, make sure that you're here. Make sure you pay attention to my community posts. That's what I'll say, is because a lot of times if I'm doing like a free hour of readings, I'll post it in advance. And when I do free readings that day, I typically don't do the free yes no's because that already zaps me that hour of just doing back-to-back free readings. I understand because I'm the same way, not necessarily missing, just disappointed. Yeah, exactly. Let's see what else he was thinking about you. Interesting. There is something here that he's thinking about your compatibility and you guys having common interests and like maybe wanting to, there's just something here about wanting to kind of get to know you a little bit better. What do you do in your free time? It's just this element of like wanting to see if there's more there with you. And so he was kind of pondering that today from time to time, maybe wondering what more he would discover about you or what more will come from this. I have to say, it's not very focused thinking. Like when you're just sitting there thinking about someone for like a solid 30 minutes straight, Like, it wasn't like that. It's just like you kind of popped in and out of his mind, and trying to explain thoughts and feelings of what someone was thinking about you at any particular given time. It's hard because thoughts are just so complex that you could have a feeling or an image or a word that pops up in relation to that person, but it's not necessarily like this deep thinking about that person. And so it's like you were there, you were in his mind, you were there for sure, but I'm like having trouble picking up specific details. So there may have been something that you said that was kind of funny or caught him off guard, like a bit witty and smart and sarcastic, and he likes that side of you. So he could have been thinking about that today. Yeah, I don't know. That's like the extent of what I'm picking up on here in his thoughts. But, you know, don't take it to heart, because he could have just been busy today. He could have been running errands. He could have had things that he was doing, you know, that just like kind of occupied his day a little bit. You said, Kendra, that he's like very intellectual, right? Okay, good. Yeah, you did cross his mind. For sure. That's actually a really good way to like word that as well. Crossing someone's mind, that you definitely did. Okay, so Eliana, general love reading. Alex, if you're in here, you can post your question. Got it, Alex. Yeah, he's smart and does a lot with his hands, so he works on cars, builds stuff. Yeah, he's in school. Oh, okay, so yeah, he probably had like schoolwork, or I don't know, I was hearing errands, but like basically like to-do list things that needed to get done today. So yeah, he could have just been really busy. General love for Eliana. Okay, so Eliana, you have two cards already coming out. They're both in reverse. We have the Two of Fire and the Moon. So we'll dig into that here in just a second. I'm going to pull the rest of your cards. Okay, Kendra. Oh my gosh, the wheel is in reverse. What is going on? And the King of Air. I swear I'm not shuffling. All of my cards are upright in my deck. All these cards are coming out in reverse. All right, let me tap into this here. What this is telling me, Eliana, is that you're from what I can absolutely tell, I feel with full conviction, you are absolutely never going to settle again. You have at the center, let me just explain to you what this looks like. You have the Two of Fire in reverse, the Moon in reverse. At the center of your reading, you have the 10 of Water, 10 of Cups upright. And then you have the Wheel in reverse, and then you also have the King of Air in reverse. It's telling me that you are over karmics. You are not going to consider yourself emotionally and mentally and spiritually and all of that fulfilled until these people check all these boxes. Like, I'm just not seeing you settling, and so this could just be a point right now with your general love, is that you're open to dating other people, you're open to exploring new connections, but you are absolutely, without a doubt, like, you got your list of red flags, and if any of them even remotely come close, you're like, absolutely not. So that's interesting. There's a King of Air here in reverse, so it's like you're looking for someone who will communicate with you, who will be honest with you, maybe intellects and, you know, smarts and things like that are a turn on for you, but most importantly, you want someone who's going to stand their ground. They're going to be unwavering. They're the type of person who you feel like you could trust them up front, that they're dedicated, that they have good perspective, because maybe you feel like you have not had your perspective seen, that no one really took the time to consider where you were coming from or what your feelings were. And you're kind of like just waiting for that king to step up, and you're like, I'm not going to consider you a king until you prove it. Yeah, exactly. So you made a list of what you want to name some qualities. So that's kind of what I'm picking up right now. And thank you for that feedback, because it's making me feel like you are looking for everyone to check all the boxes, but not only that, but not check any of the red flags. It's just like you have a very specific idea of what you want this person to be like, especially be like with you. They could be maybe someone you want to be family oriented, maybe like emotionally intellectual, things like that. There's just like a bunch of different categories here, but above all, you refuse to settle. You're looking for the person here in the center of the reading who absolutely aligns with who you are and in harmony with who you are. And I feel like you're at a point where you're just like, I'm not going to even give anybody the time of day who does not live up to it. Like, you don't have a car, bye. You don't have a job, bye. Like, you're just at this point where you're just like, I'm not gonna keep putting myself through this again. And it's almost like what you went through with Jay, I think it was his name, Jay? It was almost like a lesson for you, and now it's making you feel more good, Kendra. Love it. It's making you feel more in your conviction. It's a strong word for you tonight, that you just refuse to put yourself in that position again. Thank you, Terry. We'll add you to the list. Exactly. And that could be a lot of why you went through what you went through, which sucks in hindsight. But, you know, you don't want to end up with someone, you don't want to end up in life with the people that you were with, that you had to learn these lessons from. You want to live the rest of your life happily, where you're stress-free, you don't have to worry. You're looking for someone who's not going to keep secrets from you, who's not going to ghost you, who's not going to keep you guessing. You don't want to have to tap into this person psychically to try to figure out what the fuck they're thinking, what their intentions are. You want someone who's just going to prove to you, show you with their actions, communicate with their words. And with the Two of Fire in reverse, it's just telling me you absolutely are not going to pursue anyone who doesn't give off the right impression right off the bat. The second that they are displaying any kind of like concern to you, it's like you're just gonna move on. I see you as well not necessarily emotionally investing in anyone until you really get to know them. You're allowing yourself to keep some type of distance from them, almost like the Queen of Swords, where, you know, you're just not, you just can't, you just feel like you're just like not able to put yourself in a predicament like that ever again. So that's really good. Again, I see you dating. I see you going on dates with people, new partnerships, new dates, people you've never met before. You feel like you're coming into your own. Maybe even doing new things on these dates that you haven't done before. But I think your main thing is you really want to get to know the person. And you want to get to know them, and you want to get to know their childhood, and you want to know how they process their emotions and why they do the things that they do. You might be the type of person, I saw this funny clip on TikTok where it was like Megan Fox, and she said that she told the host that she asks people when she meets them if they were ever breastfed. And the interesting question was there is that typically people who were not breastfed or don't know if they were breastfed, they can have unhealthy attachments with their mothers and then not feel safe in relationships because now, not always, this could be generalizing, but basically your mother, especially if it's a man, that's your first love. That's your first girl in your life. And if you never felt safe with that person, then you're never going to feel safe with anyone else. And you may be more likely to flight rather than fight. So basically why I brought that up is because you might be asking your person questions like this. You might be asking like psychological things because you're like, I need to dig up the dirt now. I am just not going to waste my time here. So were you breastfed as a kid? Do you have a job? Do you like, and you might come off a little bit intense. I think you're going to be tactful with your approach, but basically you're asking things so you can kind of figure out what kind of person they are before you have to unpack any of that. Because you're like, I'm not here to be a doctor, a therapist, a mother, whatever. I'm here to be a partner. And if you can't do that, then peace out. Hey, Vitas, how are you? So that's what I have for you, Eliana. I just see you pretty much not settling in love. I see you exploring, going on dates, things like that, but just really digging your heels in on what you want from a connection. It's funny because I asked the most random questions. Yeah. I feel like that would be you. Like, I feel like you'd be like, were you breastfed as a kid? Do you know if you were breastfed? You'd probably be asking them their chart. Because you'll be like, I want to know your moon sign because I want to know how you process your emotions, how you regulate your emotions. I want to know, you know, what sign and what house your Venus is in and da 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 da. You know, like you just are basically like, I need to know what the damage is here so that I can assess if this is something I want to do. Yeah, definitely ask that. You're very welcome, Eliana. Absolutely. Some people don't know their time of birth, actually. My fiance doesn't have the time on his birth certificate. And I guess the records are just too old to like ask the hospital he was born at. So I don't think we're ever going to know. We had to go off of like what his mom's memory was, but we don't have the exact time. Luckily, mine was on my birth chart. I feel like the hospital knew I was going to be who I am and I would need to know. Okay, so we're going to move on to Alex. You're welcome, Eliana. Thank you. Alex, if you're here, if you can just say hi. Vitas, how are you? I see you in the chat. I just don't know if I've acknowledged you yet. I'm sorry. Okay. Love reading for Alex. And Becca, if you're in here, you can go ahead and post your question. Love reading for Alex, please. Alex, have you recently gone through a breakup or some type of separation with someone? There's a masculine. Now, part of me, actually, I'll just let you answer the question first, but there's something else that's coming through about a king. Okay, got it. And let me see who's feeling this way. Sorry, I hate when messages come in this quickly like this, and I can't interpret. I'm like, where are they coming from? Okay. It's almost like you weren't able to be publicly acknowledged or publicly getting that public recognition from someone, like where they refused to, like, I don't know, maybe the relationship felt hidden. Who feels this? Who feels this with the 3 of air? Okay, so you are feeling the pain from the separation with the 3 of air. It talks about great sadness and needing to take the time to heal. You may even have to forgive this person that's in your life. They are around you. The King of Air is here. So this, it doesn't have to be, but I will tell you it's Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But this person is someone who doesn't really think too much with their emotional side. They're not tapped in as much of their emotional side. They're very, like, straightforward, maybe even blunt to a fault. Their main focus is the truth, seeking the truth, having clarity. They're just not very tactful. They don't always, like, say things the right way. A lot of times they can hurt your feelings with the things that they do or the things that they say, just because they're very much like, I'm just thinking logically. Not to say that they don't have good qualities too, but, like, that's the way this person is coming in this reading. Now, another interpretation I just want you to keep in mind, because Spirit keeps telling me to tell you, this also is a common theme in your life. And I wonder if it stemmed back from, like, a paternal figure or a like a father figure in your life, or just a parent in general, that may have been this way, and so you're used to this type of energy. This is what's comfortable to you. There is here talking about a complex decision that you need to make in regards to this person. Maybe something that you've been putting off for a while, or in your heart that you need to do, but you haven't done it yet. The 4 of air talks about taking some time on your own to yourself. You're not sure about the decision, or you're not sure about the experience. The person that I was talking about, the guardian, the father figure, the paternal figure in your life. Do you feel like you have successful relationships? Oh, the decision. Let's see. Decision. It's a decision on how you move forward. You have the 2 of Wands here. This talks about future planning. Do you feel like this is just going to prompt you, okay? I'm not saying this is what this means, but do you feel like maybe this is a person that you need to cut ties with completely, but you're having hopes that you guys will get back together, but in your heart, you know that probably won't happen? That could be a decision that you need to, like, go ahead and make that decision to move forward or move on from this person. Again, that's just an example, but there's just something here about thinking about the future and, like, you needing to call it, like, do this thing. Or on the flip side of the coin, it could be that you have been being urged to reach out to this person and you just haven't done it because you feel like they need to be the one to reach out, or something along those lines, and you need to, like, go ahead and do that and stop procrastinating on contacting them. No, I'm not saying that they're not going to come back. but I am saying that Spirit is asking you to go within. Four of Airs here, it talks about taking time to rest. It just feels very much, Alex, like you are probably stuck in a rut or stuck in some type of cycle that you need to break out of. So whether or not that means going back to them and communicating with them, or that means moving on from them, I don't know for sure what to tell you about that, because Spirit's giving me a lot of like, you know, you've got to decide that for yourself. But I feel like I can tell you, what is your gut telling you? Is your gut telling you to communicate with this person and things will be different? Like, do you feel that in your heart? Or do you feel in your heart that you need to go ahead and just expect that you guys aren't getting back together? Are you still holding out hope, but it doesn't seem logical? Yeah. So Spirit's just like, you really have to trust your gut on this one. And just because you let someone go now and you move on from someone now doesn't mean that you guys can't ever come back together, but it just means you're giving yourself peace right now. And you're not giving yourself hope right now because it's keeping you stuck here in this place. And that's what it's feeling like to me. This is going to take a lot of courage. It's going to take a lot of inner strength to figure out which way you need to go. But I feel like, Alex, you've been knocked down a lot, and that you've probably lost a lot of confidence in yourself. And maybe this dynamic or other relationships you've had have made you feel like more and more knocked down a peg, and your self-worth is suffering. And basically your guides are trying to urge you to get your confidence back, and certain moves that you make for your future can be empowering if you reclaim that and you make that decision for yourself. So it's like this reading, and honestly, Alex, if you want to like re-listen to this again to see if like there's other messages in here, because I know sometimes it's hard to hear the reading for the first time because you're just trying to collect everything that I'm saying at once and process things. So some things you don't hear that I'm saying. So you may want to like rewatch it at least one more time and just see if like you're getting knowledge from me, because I feel like I kind of know what you're going through. But at the same time, I can't give you the answer of what to do one way or the other. I can only give you the questions and the prompts for you to try to figure that out for yourself. That's exactly what tarot is for. But regardless, I don't want you to be stuck here anymore. I don't want you to be dwelling in this place of what might feel like limbo, and you feel like there's nowhere to go. You can't move forward. You can't go back because you don't have full control over what this person does. You only can control what you do. And so, you know, you kind of have to just see things for what they are right now. And I want you to know that doesn't mean that you have to give up on this connection if you don't want to, but it just means that you're going to say goodbye for now. And I need to move forward. If this person comes back into your life, or this person that you're separated from, or if they want to reach out to you or communicate with you, or you feel in your heart that maybe they put more effort into this than you did and it's your turn now to contact them, then go ahead and follow that gut instinct as well. I don't want you to think that I'm telling you to do one thing or the other. I'm just trying to give you different like possibilities of what that decision could be. And I am sorry that it's been so difficult for you. I've said bye for now. I put too much in. They have reached out recently, but I didn't feel I was ready. I'm open to different possibilities. That's good. I'm glad. I'm glad. But I do feel like this person is lingering around you with the King of Air just sitting here in your reading. And I just want to make it clear that it's important that you mentally separate from them if you really do want to move on. Because if you constantly hold out hope, if you constantly feel like there may be something here, you kind of have to like trick your mind into thinking that this is never going to work for you to really be able to move on. So just keep that in mind. But I'm sending you so much love, Alex. So Becca, do I have anyone else coming towards me romantically besides Marquise? I'm open to different possibilities. Okay. Okay. You're welcome, Alex. Becca, I remember doing a reading for you not too long ago. It might have been a couple months back, but I did feel someone else around you at that time. I am curious if that's still a thing here. Hey Kendra, make sure that you put Abria on there, on that list. I added her to the list earlier, but I don't know if you saw it or not. She donated, let's see, when did she donate? These apps wouldn't take so long to load. It's literally the most annoying thing. She donated after Kelly. So it's going to go Abria, Kendra, Terry. Thanks, Kendra. So right now we're working on Becca. So we have Becca, then Beauty, then Kelly, then Abria, Kendra, Terry. Thanks so much. Does Becca have anyone else coming towards her romantically besides Marquise? Okay. I really hate when Spirit does this and they put the High Priestess first, because it's like an in-between, it's like a maybe, it's like follow your intuition. So this is what my intuition is telling me. You won't ever have another person around you unless if either you move on from Marquise or something happens between you guys to where you can see how that plays out. It almost seems like he's taking up all of your love space. and I think that's a very weird thing for Spirit to tell me to tell you, but this person's very much all that you've got in there, and he's filling it all up. And so the 10 of air is here in reversing, that maybe we need to release this person before you'll be able to see that new person come in. They're not saying you have to, though. That's the thing, is I feel like Spirit does root for you and Marquise for sure, but you either have to like push him to the side and hold, because you said that you're like open to the possibilities, but it's like really look within, really seek it out deep down in yourself. Are you holding out for Marquise? Are you hoping for him? And you're just like, in the meantime, I'll talk to other people? Or are you really, truly like, honestly, Marquise, take him or leave him. I want someone new. I need someone new in my life. It's like different perspectives. It's like being open to possibilities is different than holding out for someone and thinking that you're okay dating other people. Like, it's very different, and energetically and emotionally and things like that, it reads on a different frequency, those two different perspectives. So it's like really kind of sit with yourself and take that inventory. Yeah. Thank you, Vetus. So let me pull the next couple of cards here and see if I can get any other information. Oh my God, you won't believe it. The 6 of Cups. Of course. Focusing on like that past connection. So the Page of Water also came out in reverse, and it says a new person enters your life. So that's just like another confirmation for me that this person can't come through until we can switch this card upright. A significant life event. A life experience was also in reverse, by the way. It's the Tower card, and it says a significant life event, a powerful revelation leads to change. It's time to spread your wings. And that was in reverse. That makes me feel like we're not ready to do these things or experience these things. Truth be told, Becca, I'm getting that you're able to have what you want. It's like everything you touch turns to gold is what I'm getting. Like, you have the Midas touch. You are able to manipulate this in the way that you want it to go. So if you want a new person to come in for you, you can make it happen. It's just we have to shift the mindset a little bit. But yeah, so all together, like in a whole, or as a whole, I should say, it is feeling like it's a no to your question. And as long as we're keeping Marquise around and putting a lot of thought power or thought energy into him, it doesn't seem like anything else is going to be able to come in for you. And like I said, your guides are not saying you have to do that. They're not necessarily like pushing for you to meet someone new, but that's what they're telling me, is they're not really sure what to do for you. They're not sure what you want. Like, they're not going to bring someone new in, you know, if you're not ready for it. So it's like they need some guidance from you. The roles are reversed. Now they need guidance from you as to which direction you want this to go. Oh yeah, that's right. I did tell you that. All right, so we're going to do beauty and Vetus. Okay, so Kendra, we're going to go ahead and pause the list. After Vetus, I want to make sure that I can catch up to everybody in a good amount of time. So people can check back in later to see if I'm taking more names. But right now we have to put a pause on that. Becca, did that answer your question? Let me know if you wanted to know anything else in regards to that. Sometimes when I get yes or no questions, it's like hard for me to expand on them. So hopefully I answered that in full for you. Okay, it looks like I probably did answer your question sufficiently, so I am going to go ahead and move on to beauty. Thank you, Becca. Hey there. Hey, P. Okay. I heard him say, man, this girl can't make up her mind. Like, I don't know what that is, but I just heard him say that. Like, very, like, he saw the message and he's like, this is some bullshit. Like, this is some real bullshit. You know, like, I don't know. He just was like, it's like, it's fun, kind of comical because he sounds kind of funny when he says it, but it's like shock, like this is unreal, like it almost feels like he feels like his emotions are being toyed with. They're like, I don't know, he's definitely putting himself in the victim mentality right now. No, it's really funny though, the way that it's coming across. He's like, man, this is bullshit. Like, I feel like he's almost like throwing a tantrum a little bit. Like, she can't make up her mind. Like, I just feel like he's just like, I'm spending so much time talking to her and like trying to tell her, you know, these things. And I'm trying to express myself. I'm trying to hear her out. I'm trying to like give her my time. And like, what is it doing for me? He's definitely having a pity party right now. Yeah. He honestly is a loss for words. Like, I feel like he has, it's almost like everything's so jumbled in his mind. He's like, I have so much I want to say to her, but like, I don't even know how to articulate it. Like, this has gotten me feeling like I'm speechless. I don't really know. I feel like he's not able to like articulate what he's thinking or what he's feeling. I think he's just frustrated because he feels like he keeps doing the things that you have asked of him to do. Don't get me wrong, don't shoot the messenger. I don't think that he is doing all the things you want him to do, but he feels that way. He feels like, you know, he's spending the time communicating with you. He's reaching out to you. You know, he's talking to you, spending the time with, you know, and it's just like, he's starting to get frustrated because he feels like he keeps getting like close to something happening and then it just keeps getting pulled back, or he keeps getting hope and then like that hope keeps getting crushed, and like he's very much on this like roller coaster of emotions as well. He absolutely feels intimidated by you. You make him nervous. He has a big issue with rejection. So this rejection that you've given to him is making him very on edge. Like it's like rejection is like one of the worst things you can do. You know, like some people will be like, the worst thing you can do is lie to me, or the worst thing you can do is betray me. Like his is the worst thing you can do is reject me. That's like a big thing for him. He's very prideful in that way. And so this is really taking a hit to his ego. Like I hear him like, oh man, fuck this. Like that's just what I hear him say. Like he's like not okay. He really is like just throwing a tantrum. Honestly, I think it pushed him into just ultimately giving up right now. He's probably just going, yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of funny, just like the way I hear. And I don't know if he's saying these things out loud or if he's saying it in his head, but it's cracking me up. Like, fuck this. Like, I almost feel like he was just like, no, I don't need this. I don't need any of this. Like, I'm gonna just go out. I'm gonna do my own thing. Like, almost like this made him want to go hang with his friends or go hang with someone else. Maybe another, like, side piece. Maybe go out for drinks or something. Just do something that kind of, like, takes his mind off of it. Because he was just like, no. I'm not gonna sit here and feel what I'm feeling right now. I'm gonna go distract myself. But yeah, those were his thoughts. That's what he's thinking, he's feeling, and And that's probably why you did not get a response. I would bet money on it. You're welcome, beauty. All right, so next up we have Kelly. Kelly got 2 in-depths and also some charms. So while I go grab those charmies, I'm gonna have Kelly go ahead and post your question and then let me know which question you wanted the charms on. After Kelly, we have Abria, and then we have Kendra, then we have Terry, then we have Vetus. We are pausing the donations until I can complete this list and see how I'm doing on time. If anybody wanted to get a reading with me, you guys are more than welcome to check back later this evening and see if we open the list back up. But for now, they're paused. Hey, Rising. Okay, so go ahead and post whenever you're ready. I'm gonna go run down the hall real quick and grab what I need for your reading. I am back. That's so funny. I have so many people that have like the same name for their person. Like I have a couple people ask about a James. I have a couple people ask about, I think I speak and Eliana for a little while. We're both asking about a J. Kendra asked about everybody though. So Kendra, the fact that you haven't had any of the same names as anyone else, that is beyond me, girl. But it's just funny to me. People asking about the same names. Yeah, I called you out. Hopefully Kendra's listening. Okay, so Rising Storm, how is James currently feeling? Sorry guys, had to get the heating pad out. You ladies know what I'm talking about. Ugh. Just one of those. Ooh, tough crowd. Okay, Rising Storm, how is James feeling about me? How is James feeling about Rising Storm? Ooh, we have the lovers here. Yes. Well, I like unique guys, so I guess they just have unique names. Oh my gosh, I love your sassiness. Okay, so yeah, so we've got the lovers here. How is he feeling? How is he feeling? How is he feeling? You're so funny. So there's actually a card here with the 10 of fire, and I feel like there's two interpretations of this right now for your connection. But the first one is that he has a lot going on that is like stressful for him. It feels almost like he's taken on too much responsibility or something, and this is his own doing. However, the second interpretation is, or like, and there's like maybe some obstacles. No, it's not an obstacle. What is this? Let me get a clarification card. But anyway, the second interpretation of this card is that he wants to seek out your help and get your advice. So the 10 of wands here, it says accept help from other people. So he is wanting to be open and vulnerable with you more lately. That's something that he wants. He wants to tell you about his problems. He wants to act like, I feel almost as if when he either sees you or you guys are actually talking, it's like his inner self is screaming at him and being like, you need to talk to her. You need to tell her. Like she's would be really good at like giving you some advice or really like walking you through this. And not only that, but I feel like he's at a place where he wants you to know what's going on with him, because I think that he thinks it would help you understand him more. And so maybe that is that block, because I was like, it doesn't feel like an obstacle per se. It feels like he's got a lot going on, but it's like he wants to make you, but he also doesn't want to be a weirdo. He's like, I don't want to be a creep. I don't want her to think that this is weird, that I'm just kind of laying it on her. I also don't want her to feel like obligated to even like entertain this or entertain me, because like this isn't her responsibility. It's not something she has to even concern herself with. But like I feel like he's screaming at himself because he feels this like pull, like this desire to communicate with you. Because I think that he feels like you are healing. Like maybe he doesn't understand it or understand why he thinks these things, but he feels like you would be able to help him And I think that if he's thinking to himself, if she is interested in me, which he's not sure for sure, I don't think, but or if she still is interested, oh, there's something here about like if she is, like maybe she'll understand why I haven't approached her, and maybe this would help get us closer in a more organic way. But like I don't know how to just spring this on her. I don't know how to just tell her what's going on with me. And like even if she asks me, hey, how's your day, or hi, how are you, or how's it going, like is she looking for a deep answer? Is she looking for just a general like, hey, I'm doing good? Like does she because I want to tell her, like if she's really interested in how my day is going, I want to tell her. But I like feel him holding back, Rising Storm. And I just feel like he just feels so misunderstood by you because he just doesn't understand for sure what you see of him and what your perspective is of him and how much information you know about him. And so he's just trying to make things in a way more understandable from your perspective. And I feel almost like he's calling out to you. He's like screaming, like, please ask me how I'm doing. Like, give me some kind of segue into like how I can communicate with her. But he's like, yeah, it's very interesting. He's having a hard time here. Okay. Yeah, that seemed like the end of that message. Let's see, what else do I have here? Yeah, he's worried that he's gonna come across in a way that's gonna give you the ick. That's gonna like turn you off or make you feel like his life is such a mess, or his life is such a in shambles, to where you're like, yeah, I don't want any part of that. And I think that's what he's trying to avoid. So it's like this fine line of trying to figure out how to let you in and communicate with you, and maybe even you help him a little bit without telling you too much that makes you feel like, yeah, I got to stay the F away from this person because this is a crazy situation I do not want to be a part of. So he's trying to figure out, but like his main goal and objective is with communicating with you. He wants you to know what's going on in his life so that way you understand why maybe he hasn't approached you, or maybe you can have a better understanding why things move so slow between you guys, but also kind of figure you out a little bit too. But the second thing is he just wants to, like, I don't know, it's like he wants to grow closer to you, and like he's desiring healing. That's like one thing. And I don't know what it is about you in particular, but you have this healing energy to him. You have this ability to maybe, I don't know, maybe it's your aura. Maybe like your aura is something that he's sensing, and he's just very drawn to the idea of like telling you things. You know, there's some people out there that like you can just open up to and just like all of a sudden feel yourself spilling your heart out to them, and you're like, I don't know why like I'm doing this with you right now, but something in you tells you that other person is a safe place to communicate these things. Like that's what he's looking at you as. He is wanting to, what is this? It's like the Page of Water. It's almost like he's wanting to level up from where you are right now. So maybe you feel your neighborly, your acquaintances, he's wanting to get to a point where you guys can text one another occasionally, like at least exchange numbers maybe. so that way communication can be easier. Something is like he wants this to be very organic, and he's thinking very hard about how to make this happen organically, which is in fact the opposite of organic. But he's, I don't know if there's like a way to exchange phone numbers, if there's a way to like say, hey, we're neighbors, if you ever need anything, why don't I, instead of just, I just happened to be available that day, you happened to just run into me when you needed help with this thing, but would it just be easier if you needed my help, you could just send me a quick text and I can let you know if I'm home, like something like that, where it's just like you guys are able to engage and take things a step further. It's like what I'm seeing that he wants to do. Hey, Onionit, how are you? I don't want to make any assumptions, but just a quick heads up, Onionit, we are pausing the list right now. Not that you're here to like make a donation or anything. I don't want you to think I'm assuming, but I just wanted to tell you in advance in case you were planning on it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to open the list back up. I just kind of have to get through these names real quick and see where I'm at when I'm done with it. So just a little information on that. Oh, okay. Oh, he has your number. Plot twist. The plot thickens. Yeah. He has your number. That's interesting. I hope you didn't lose it. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Rising, that could have been an example, of course. That could have just been like, I want to take things to the next level and like, that could just be the example that Spirit brought to my mind. But yeah, I don't know. There's something there with that about wanting to like not take your relationship to the next level, but allow for better communication between the two of you. Did you want charms for that reading, Rising? Was that the reading you wanted charms for? Also, he might be talking about you right now. Rising, my right ear is burning. I just want to let you know it's something that I just noticed. And whenever that happens, it's like something that's going on right now, like in real time. And I'm on your reading, so I do feel like this is a message for you. It's getting more heated almost. I don't want to make any assumptions, but it almost seems like, especially because it's my right ear in particular, which my right ear signifies negativity or no, and then my left ear signifies like something good is coming in. I most of the time take it that way. Just have to call on what my intuition is telling me, but it's like right ear for me is a negative thing. So it's like, I don't think he's talking about you negatively, but he could be talking about you to someone maybe like maybe you're a hot topic for like between you and the ex, or him and the ex, and like they could be having like an argument about it or something right now. Open your windows in your house or something like that. Like, see if you can listen in to see if they're arguing right now. Is she home? Is she there? They could be talking on the phone, but I don't know. There's just something here about like feeling like a heated discussion where you're the topic here. Okay. Charmings for his next actions. Okay. Okay. Sorry if that's really loud. Give me just 1 second here. I'm gonna pull your charms. Wait. You said I just think because he's dealing with his ex. What does that mean? Do you feel what I'm sensing right now? Is that what you're trying to say? Like you feel like... Wait, now I'm confused. Do you agree? When you said I just think because he's dealing with his ex, do you think... Was that about the ear thing that I'm going through? I'm sorry, I'm so confused right now. I read that way late and I have no idea what you were saying that to. He wants to remain optimistic. Next actions. Has something to do with a third party. Next actions. I feel like he's letting the third party go. I feel like he's releasing the third party like balloons. He's like cutting them off and letting them go. Like my ear is burning up. I can't even like express how insane this is. His actions towards you are passion, lust. I'm getting a lot of sexual things here. We have like images of your underwear, your female anatomy. We have Scorpio, which is very sexual. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, that could be it. That could be it. But no, like, I feel like you're a hot topic for them. I feel like you're something that she's just not okay with. Like, she's just weird. She's weird because she thinks that she's got him wrapped around her finger, but she gets irritated when she feels like her turf is being threatened. So then it becomes an argument. I have 2 broken hearts right now. What are his actions? I feel like he's making his way to you. There's like a little sailboat which talks about travel. So he could be switching sides right now. Like basically cutting her off and moving towards you. Like I said, in his mind, he's already broken these things off with her. He just hasn't been willing to like pull the trigger. And I think this is going to happen very quickly. We have the snowflake here, which talks about things melting fast. You know, like a snowflake doesn't stay around for a long time. So it's like something's happening very quickly here. It's not going to last. It's not going to be much time or much longer before you start to see these things play out. I'm hearing Christmas, by Christmas. He's basically like trying to create his own form of self-respect. He's trying to create like a little peace bubble and basically like take back his self-worth in his, because I feel like for a long time he's felt like his sanity, his peace has been in danger, and he's been like defensive and like putting his guard up and things like that. But I feel like he generally is now trying to just protect his peace. I think that that in turn can make me feel like he feels like you are the key component to that peace. The heartbreak tokens here make me feel like things can go dark between you guys, you know, for a very, very, very short time. And it's probably going to plant doubt in your mind, but very quickly it's going to change around. So it's almost like the calm before, or yeah, the quiet before the storm. Like, don't view it for what it looks like. It's definitely not what it looks like. What are his next actions? You're going to experience chemistry with him. He wants to get more physical with you. He wants to kiss you, make out with you. I don't know if he necessarily wants to hook up just yet, but he wants to work his way into that direction. Now like I said, we have the little sailboat. And this can also travel can also talk about things like that we can't see, things of the air. So this could be virtual communication. This could be, you know, texting, calling. Give me just a second. I'm just scanning them again. I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything else in this reading about his actions towards you. I feel like he's probably going to want to seek out your companionship. There's a bow tie here that just keeps calling out to me, and it can talk about a gentleness or a softness about somebody, and nurturing ability, and like being very empathetic, and I feel like yeah, I just feel very strongly that he's gonna come towards you for that nurturing. But not in a way of like affection, not in a way of like comfort, you know, in your arms, maybe down the line, but more like just hearing your voice and talking to you and being able to kind of work through these things and process what he's experiencing at this time. The child is a big factor here. So just keep in mind, we're going to be a bit locked up for a little while longer. It's like the quiet before the storm. It's going to be dark before like something feels like it changes and the storm passes through. I feel very strong like confirmation that you're going to see a change here with him, and even him and the ex by Christmas. It's almost like the last straw here. Okay, so yeah, that's all that I'm getting in regards to the charms. You actually got a double snowflake too. Okay, so let's see what is going on. Abria, you can go ahead and post your questions. All right, guys, I'm realizing that it's already almost 9:30. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just close my list down, because by the time I'm done with these, it's going to be at least 10 my time. Thank you, Abria. You're welcome, Rising. Okay, got both questions, Abria. You can absolutely stay here for your reading, or you can leave your questions with me and I can timestamp them. Either way works. So, Rising. I don't know what it is about these two, but they refuse to just break the damn cycle. Like, it is beyond toxic. I can't even begin to explain to you. His soul has got to be hurting. Like, his soul has got to be screaming to him at this point, like, this is not what you signed up for. This is not what you came to this planet to experience. She's so stressful. I just, like, I can't even imagine, like, what is wrong with this person? I don't know. My mind is going like a mile a minute. This person, she just seems so contradictory. She's a hypocrite. Like, I see her basically telling him and getting mad at him for doing something that she would do. You know what I mean? Like, she has no guilt, no shame. For example, she goes out with her friends, it's fine. He goes out with his friends, it's a problem. She cheats on him, it's fine. He cheats on her, it's a problem. Like, and again, these are just examples. I don't really know what goes on in their relationship. But, like, it just seems like anything that she does is okay. But anything he does that's the same is not okay. She's very delusional. She's very controlling. She's very toxic. I think, honestly, she could be emotionally manipulative to him. Now, I'm not saying he's an angel. I'm not saying that he's done, like, absolutely nothing wrong here, but I just feel like this person, whoever she is, has broken down James to the point where he feels probably like his self-esteem is very low, and psychologically he probably feels like he deserves this. She maybe told him he does. Like, it just doesn't seem very healthy at all between the two of them, but it's what they know, it's what they're comfortable with, and that's where the problem is that our brain tells us, like, you need to not do anything that will bring on fear, you know? Like, your body absolutely will refuse. That's why you get nervous doing things you've never done before, because your brain is like, you've never done this before. You don't know what to expect. You don't know what's going to happen from this. Stay where you're comfortable. Don't do this. Like, you've nerves. That's where nerves come from, like where you get nervous about doing things that are out of your comfort zone, because your brain is telling you do things that are comfortable. Don't try. Don't do something that, you know, is going to put you in possible danger. And so for him, it's very hard to break free of this cycle of what he knows, but he doesn't realize from an outside perspective how bad this is affecting him and his well-being, his stress, his health. And like I said, he's not a saint, but I don't think that he deserves a lot of what he's been through with her. And it's affecting his self-esteem. And that could be part of the reason why he just hangs around. But it is something that he needs to figure out on his own. I think that if he can see some type of way out, if he can see some type of hope at the end of the tunnel, light at the end of the tunnel, and he feels like he can, quote unquote, jump ship, like he can kind of get out of his predicament that he's in and maybe see that there are other options out there, that people are willing to accept him for who he is right now, I think that that would be very eye-opening for him, and it might actually give him the courage to do what he knows needs to be done. But it's a tough reality for him. I know, almost to the point where him and her are both in their own world. They're out of touch with like the goings on of like what is actually real, because they're just so used to their little toxic bubble. I don't know what he does career-wise, but it does seem like there's also a codependency or attachment regarding finances. So, for example, she could make all the money and feel like she has the control, or she relies on him to provide for her. And there's a sense of obligations versus control there. So, yeah, that's just another like note to mention. Yeah, they just keep coming back together. That's the thing. And truth be told, Rising, I don't know if this is necessarily something that you would want to even like put yourself in a position to have to deal with. Like, I definitely see you guys coming together. I see you exploring more, things like that. But this person, his ex, is like a lunatic, like a literal lunatic. And I'm just like, just from me to you, concerned about like what situation you're putting yourself in if like you guys try to start something up too quickly. That you got to understand, like he's had this attachment to this person for quite some time. Like, I don't think she's gonna let him move forward easy. It's like, and maybe that's what he's waiting on, is that he's waiting for her to like really mess up or maybe he's waiting and biding his time for like confirmation on maybe what his suspicions are, so that way he can say, you know, I'm leaving you because of what you did, and he can leave guilt-free. And basically, because I feel like if he doesn't have a really good reason to walk away, which obviously he has plenty of reasons, but if to her, if she didn't fuck up, like I feel like she will be the worst ex to be. Like she will just destroy everything. She'll like try to ruin his life, ruin his reputation, da da da. But if she feels like she's even in the wrong at all, or like he has a valid reason to walk away, then maybe he feels like she won't act as crazy. And so there could be like that too, is just he's just kind of waiting around to see like what that reason could be that he could walk away. I mean, when you're dealing with someone who's mentally unstable, it can be kind of scary to just like tear yourself away from them completely. I don't think she takes accountability very often, but I think that if he has like a substantial enough reason to say, no, we're done, this is it, leave me alone, never talk to me again, I feel like he just is looking for more of a leg to stand on. Maybe that's what it is. But yeah, that's what I've got for you, Rising, for their connection. We are going to move on to Abria. So I'm tired of being a high school teacher in the urban court. So hard. Disrespect and fights. It's just hell. Will I get a remote soon? I need a break from teaching. So I take it you've been applying for remote positions, right? Yeah, I do see you walking away. I think you're going to have to stick it out a little while longer. It's reminded me a little bit of Kendra's reading earlier, actually. But I do see you leaving, okay? I see the 6 of Air, which says that things are looking up. This is the end of a difficult situation. Oh, I am getting the chills too. So we are getting that confirmation. Your wish is coming true. Concerns are fading away for you. I think you're at a place where you obviously want to make sure that you're set up. You don't want to just kind of like leave, but maybe your emotional state or your mental health is being affected now by just the negativity that you're around constantly, and you're feeling defeated, you're feeling deflated, you're feeling like you're losing your passion. And honestly, passion and creativity is the key to power, in my opinion. They say knowledge is power, and I do feel that's true, but I feel like if you're not able to express yourself creatively, then you put like a damper on your soul and a damper on your spirit, and then you feel no motivation to do anything. You've got to think, like, if you're feeling very down and then you get a creative idea that might help you out of your situation, then suddenly you have motivation. Then suddenly you have power because you're allowing for yourself to be creative and you express that outlet. And I feel like when creativity is stifled, when it's suppressed, when you're not able to experience it because you're just being a robot to the day-to-day, it's makes it so that other people can have more power and more control over you. So I commend you on trying to get out of your situation and applying and trying to look for alternative ways, because you're kind of stimulating that creative part of yourself that's giving you a slight amount of hope or faith that maybe something can come of this. And I do want you to know that I am getting confirmation that you are going to get yourself out of this situation. You're welcome, Rising Storm. Thank you so much for your donations. And that's the thing, is it's like you don't want to hate your job. You don't want to dread work. You don't want to hate what you do. And you don't want to like now be in a place where you started doing this for one reason and now you're like feeling like you're not even following that path. You're not doing the purpose of what you started this for. You're just feeling overall just zapped, energetically. Your passion is gone, right? And I'm sorry to hear that. That's got to be extremely frustrating. But good news here, I am getting that. I do feel like I've got to say the remote job's not going to come as quickly as you would want. Like, I foresee you being like, tomorrow, if an opportunity came up, I'm out of here. I want to put in my notice. You might be okay finishing out the year, but you're like, seriously, starting the beginning of the year, I want something new. But I'm getting that it may not come as quickly as you want. You do have the qualifications and certifications, and I feel like your background is going to help make you stand out. But for whatever reason, I'm getting a block that it's not going to happen immediately. Like, I'm not getting like tomorrow or something like that. But I do feel your sense of urgency. I do feel you're feeling like something needs to happen immediately, like very suddenly. You want this change here. Like, you feel like time is of the essence because there's only so much more you can put yourself through. So I do get that, but I do have some cards here that are saying that like the signs are cautioning you. Just make sure you're thinking through things carefully. Yeah. And you also have the Justice card. So it's like with the Nine of Water saying that, your wish is coming true and your concerns are fading away, and that you are going to get your justice, that what is fair for you is going to come through. Basically, all the good that you've done, that karma is coming back your way. Okay. So hopefully I answered that question. Like I said, I tell people all the time when it's like a yes or no question, it's very hard for me to elaborate more on it, but hopefully I answered your question. I'm going to go ahead and answer the second one now. You're welcome, Abria. Kendra, whenever you're ready, you can post as well. Good, I'm glad. You're welcome. Who is coming towards Abria? Who is coming towards Abria in love? Actually, Kendra, Terry, and Vetus, you can all post your questions now if you're in here. Who is coming towards Abria? Someone from the past. We have the Six of Cups card. Maybe even someone from as far back as your childhood. That's just a random message. Take it if you want. But the reason I felt that was because the Six of Water here, it talks about memories from your childhood, and then right next to it is the sun, and the sun talks about children as well. So maybe someone that you knew from the past, and that this was surrounding a situation with children, or maybe you were a child. You were young. We'll put it that way. You were young. Okay, so Terry, I have your question, and then Kendra and Vetus whenever you guys are ready. Who is this person? Who is this person? Okay, so we have Leo. Actually, Leo's all I'm seeing. I had my first serious relationship at 17. Is this someone that you still kind of like think about? Who is this person? Someone who you loved very much, or as much as you could have at the capacity of like when you knew them. The Ace of Cups, strong feelings. We also have Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, more Leo. Someone who's been thinking about you for a while. We have Seven of Cups. No shit. Oh my God, Abria. I literally was gonna like tell you that I have the Queen of Swords, and I was literally gonna tell you I feel like this was a mutual breakup, but you weren't happy with it. Neither of you were happy with it, but the reason was you, because I have the Queen of Swords. I shit you not. Like, I almost wish you didn't type your message until after I had said what I said, because that's what I'm getting right here with the Queen of Swords. That's crazy. Because it's like the Queen of Swords is like the person that cuts it off. Like you had to be the person that did that, or you were the reason that it was happening. Nine years. That's insane. Okay, Vetus. I still miss him. We text sometimes. Yeah, he wants more of that. That's so crazy. And not only that, but we have the Three of Air. So this person's coming in from the past is also someone who you had like a painful separation with. Maybe even heartbreak, heartache here. This is someone who wants to work on this. I've got to say, the way this is all playing out is that this is the person you're thinking in your mind. The end of a difficult situation. Embrace the change and expect things to get better now. You feel he holds back. Good news, I'm not seeing anything in here about him holding back anymore. Now, the only thing I can say that doesn't feel action-oriented is the Seven of Cups. Is a lot of thinking and a lot of in your head about this. But that doesn't necessarily mean that you're not going to also notice movement forward. But when you said who's coming towards me in love, the first thing that comes out is a person of the past. And that's really the only thing I'm seeing here, because we have the Six of Water, we have the Three of Swords, we have the Ten of Air, which talks about an ending that happened between the two of you. This is, you said you knew each other when you were kids. The sun is here. That's something that I talked about. And then also the Queen of Swords. When I tried to understand further about who this person was, he's viewing you as the person that cut him off. Not like in a I hate her kind of way, but just like she was the reason why we're not together anymore, but we did have great love for one another. The sun came through again about when you guys were kids. So it's like all I'm seeing right now is this person from your past. I feel like you guys are more in a place where you can come back together now, probably because you've cleared away a lot of the things that were blocking. We have the 10 of Cups, which is harmony and alignment. Crazy. So that's what I've got for you, Bria. Thank you for your patience. Kendra, Terry, Vegas. Oh no, for sure you do love each other because I have the Ace of Cups. Like I can still see that here. Thanks, Kendra. General message, love, whatever comes out. You're welcome, Bria. Thank you. Yes, and I'm moving back closer. You're moving back closer. I like it. Okay, Kendra. No. You're totally fine, girl. I appreciate your help that you've done tonight, too. Thank you. You're totally fine. Like, I understand needing to head out. General message in love, please, for Kendra. General message in love for Kendra. Oh, you were calling me love. You were calling me love. I gotcha. When it says I want a general message love, I was thinking you wanted a love message. Sorry. Thank you. Okay. Let's reshuffle. I gotcha. General message for Kendra, please. General message. Okay. Okay, so I have a very happy family life for you. Now, you can take that very literally, or you can just take it how it would make sense for you. I personally view like me and my fiance to be a family. Even if our cats weren't here, I still view us to be a family. We're a unit. We live together. We spend all of our time together. Like we are a family, me and him. So when I say a very happy family life, I'm feeling a very happy, solid, stable relationship at a minimum for you. You probably view, because you're very young, your family as the people that raised you and that you grew up with. But I'm talking about 10 of Earth stuff. I'm talking about from now until the future. I'm not talking about the people from before, which obviously are still a part of your life, but I'm talking about the new family that you're creating. And more significantly, the person that you're making that family with. There is a companion here for you. There is a partner. I am seeing a significant relationship for you here in the 10 of Earth. I'm also seeing financial security. Kendra, I think that there's a reason why you have the passion that you do, and you want to be an actress, and you are an actress. You want to get more things that align with that career path. But I feel like the reason why you may don't have a quote unquote career outside of that, and most of the things that you do are like serving and this and that, is because don't know, there's just something here that makes me feel you're supposed to marry rich. You're supposed to, and I feel like Spirit's like, you don't need to worry too much about money. Yes, you got to worry about it now to get to where you're going, but you don't need to like worry about it long term. And that's something that I feel like they want you to know, because I think that stresses you out. And you are the type of person who wants to know everything. You got to know. I don't know if you like spoilers and things like that, but you want to kind of know how things are going to play out, how it's going to happen, because you don't like this in like uncertainty, I guess. It's like a very Virgo aspect of you. And Spirit is here saying that like you're not going to have to worry about it at any, like at a certain point, whoever it is that you end up with. And I do feel like this is marriage. I've got to make that clear. You are not going to have to stress about money. They are going to take care of you. And that's not to say that you can't do that too. But Spirit is saying like you're not supposed to have to struggle, right? You're not supposed to have to struggle to make money forever. So it's kind of like just hang out, like do what you got to do for now, but like don't think long term that you're going to be living paycheck to paycheck. I mean, I'm not saying you're going to sit here and have this like holy glamorous life. I hope you do. I would love it if you did. But I'm saying that you're not going to be having financial worries or financial concerns. That's not going to be a problem for you moving forward. And I feel like that's something that you need to know, that gives you peace in your heart, because I do feel like this is something that you worry about a lot. Not to say don't keep working now, like just let it all go and go do whatever you want to do. I'm just saying when you meet this person, it's like things kind of just start taking off and you realize like, oh, okay, so I'm not supposed to, do further schooling or further education or anything like that. I have always just been supposed to find my passion. And now Spirit is bringing the people into my life that's helping me achieve that without having to worry about this other aspect of finances. Yeah. That's what I love about these readings, is like you don't know what you're gonna get, it's like a box of chocolates. I'm pulling a couple more cards for you just to see if there's anything else that comes out. Oh my god, this is hilarious. You're not gonna believe this shit. So we have the 7 of Cups, and we have the 5 of Pentacles, and we have the 4 of Earth. And Kendra, I want to make you know, and you can't see me, but I'm doing this reading basically not looking at the cards. I'm just doing it solely on getting clear cognizant information on you. And these last 3 cards that came out are just basically what I just said. It's crazy. So the 7 of Water is like thinking, thoughts, constantly in a cycle, wondering about this option and that option, and what am I going to do if this happens, and that and this and that and this. And like that's this card is like that's that, almost like it can be worry. It can also talk about dissociation, where you kind of like detach yourself from reality in your own mind to escape. It can also talk about a fantasy world, one in which you like sit there and have daydreams all the time. But mostly with this reading, it's making me feel like it's a lot of like, well, if I do this, then what's going to happen? And if I stay here, then how am I going to make this end meet, and this and that and whatever. And then we also have the 5 of Earth, which talks about feeling poor or having a lack of funds. And then we also have the 4 of Earth, which talks about being too cautious with money, or being too frivolous with money, or holding on to your money very tightly. And so it's like, I already got that message, and it's like blowing my mind a little bit that I was already talking about these things with these other cards that are out. I pulled more cards, and Spirit is just like, no, you were on it. Like this was exactly what I was going to tell you. So it's like very cool for me as a reader for you, is like I'm getting information that before I even pull the cards. At the bottom of the deck, speaking of which, we have the 4 of Fire, which is the 4 of Wands. This is marriage. This is relationships, coming together in union with someone, partnerships, committed relationships, contentment, peace, abundance, and a happy home life. And I already told you a happy family life, and now we have a happy home life. Success. Well, Kendra, I think it is something that you want. I think this reading is something that you kind of probably do hope to have at some point. Maybe not now, but you do want this type of life that I'm telling you about. And I'm just basically here to give you the confirmation on it. Yeah. Well, girl, if you told me 10 years ago that I'd be where I am right now, I'd be like, you're lying. You are bold-faced lying. Okay. So thank you, Kendra. It's okay if you skedaddle, but I do appreciate your help tonight. I'm going to go ahead and read for Terry and Vetus really quickly. And then I'm going to head out myself. I feel like you're lying. I know. I would feel like people were lying to me too if at age 23 they were telling me what my life would be like right now. So believe it's possible, because I wouldn't have believed my life is possible right now. There's just no way. One thing I know about myself that I've always felt is that I have a bad relationship with money, because I'm pretty sure in a past life I was like royalty. I was like, I had a lot of money. Like, I'm pretty sure that this was the life that I lived. And now it's my lesson in life to learn now that like that's not everything, but also to find a way to unlock that abundance and not feel like I have a bad relationship with money. So that way I can access it, so I can live and I can survive. But it's important for me to know that it's not everything. And if I had all this money, then I wouldn't have enjoyed the simple things in my life. I wouldn't become the sentimental person that I am. I wouldn't have the experiences that I had. And so my life mission is to basically work my way back to obtaining a lot of funds. And it's hard for me to work for other people, because in a past life I might have like just always had things given to me. And so that's kind of like trying to rewrite my soul chemistry, right? Of like figuring out what is my mission here. And it's very interesting. And like, I feel like I was also very vain. I'm coming from a Leo South node, so I'm pretty sure was like extremely beautiful in a past life, and like just really had it easy. Like, I just feel like I had it easy. And I feel like in this life I struggle a lot with that, and I'm trying to work more towards what's good for the collective versus like what's good for myself, and not having a very selfish mindset. It's all very interesting. It's important to find out what your south node is and what your north node is, because I think it'll give you a lot of insight about your own life. I wouldn't expect Spirit to say that. I have never had a general message like that. Usually it's just like focus on money or focus on career. Like, it relates to my current reality, not something that's a decade away. I don't know, this reading was just weird to me. Well, I hope that you liked it at least. I strongly was getting the fact that it seemed like it was something that you needed to hear. And maybe that's why. Maybe because you've been feeling a little bit down about your finances or something. And we're here to try to give you like a bigger picture versus just the details that you normally get. Terry, are you doubting your connection with Nate? Because I'm not. I don't feel that there's doubt here at all. We have the Two of Cups, which talks about your relationship continuing to grow closer together. And if there's any issues that you feel that you have right now with him, that they're coming to a positive resolution, that's really not something you need to worry about too much. You guys have or he views you as having a lot of, okay, bye Kendra, you're welcome. He's viewing you as someone who he feels very compatible with. Like, you guys have a lot of common interests. We have the Unity card here, and the Unity card is the Hierophant, and it talks about having similar belief systems, values, or morals, even interests in similar subjects or hobbies. It also talks about the way that you handle things can be in a very similar nature, and it's a way in which you identify. So a lot of times these people feel very familiar to you, so he's looking at you as that type of person. You said you love that. Yes, I don't know why. So you are worried. Is that correct? You're worried about this connection, but you're not sure why? Because I'm not worried about it. So the Two of Water also talks about attraction. So he's feeling attracted to you. I see him wanting to move forward in the relationship with you. I feel like he wants to stay bonded with you, and I don't really see him walking away. You could be very... what am I trying to say here? Oh, you love that I'm not. Yeah, you're welcome. So if you don't know why you're having these worries, then it could just be you might want to just kind of do a self check-in with yourself, like figure out if maybe you're concerned because of past experiences make you feel a bit guarded and on alert, on high alert, because once you start feeling feelings for someone, it kind of like something bad happens or whatever. If that's something you've experienced, that maybe just basically your fear kicking in, and that's not legitimately what's going to happen here. So just take some inventory, some stock in how you're feeling, and maybe understand why you could be possibly feeling this way. Maybe you feel this way because you really do have strong feelings for this person and you don't want to lose them, and that's also very understandable. But his feelings for you are strong. I mean, literally the middle card here, the center of your reading, is strength. He is unwavering. I feel like he views you very judgment free. He just takes you as you are. I feel like he's really not questioning anything. He's trusting in your connection and his feelings on how he feels about you. And the Ace of Earth is here, and it talks about receiving an offer from him, or maybe him wanting to extend an offer to you. It's like a promising potential is what he's seeing here. He feels like it's just all very good. So again, you have the Ace of Pentacles, the High Priestess, Strength, Two of Water, and Unity. Unity being the Hierophant. And at the bottom of the deck, even, you have the Eight of Fire, which is like things moving forward. You have Ten of Water, which is things being in alignment. And then at the very top of the bottom of the deck here, you have that he's viewing you as someone who he wants to dedicate himself to or be loyal to. And I can also see commitment here. He feels like his needs are met with you. Like, he feels like you're pretty much what he wants. Like, he doesn't really see, I guess, like anything that he would change when it comes to you specifically. So that's what I've got for you, Terry. I hope this gave you some peace of mind. I hope. Vetus. And thanks also, Terry, for your patience waiting all the way until your turn. I hope you guys know that if you don't feel like waiting, you can always leave your question with me, and I can timestamp it in the comments for you. I don't want anyone to feel like they have to sit here and wait like hours and hours and hours for their turn unless they actually want to be here. What will Calvin feelings be if I wish him happy birthday on Facebook? What will Calvin's feelings be if Vetus wishes him happy birthday on Facebook? What will Calvin's feelings be? What will Calvin's feelings be? I know, Vetus, you're so special. I appreciate you hanging out here. I hope it's relaxing for you or entertaining or something for you to be here all that time. Thank you, Terry. You're awesome. Okay, so he's very, very happy to hear from you, Vetus. This is how that would go. A little pep in his step, I would say, but the King of Water is in reverse, and it's telling me that he's not able to extend or reciprocate your kind gesture in any capacity outside of like a thank you. But it does make him happy. It makes him feel good. It's like he's very happy to hear from you, and he feels kind of like, you know, that's validation for maybe the things that he's been thinking about you or feeling about you as well, because we have the High Priestess here. But again, with the King of Water in reverse, it's just like he can't fully reciprocate. Like it feels like he's going to be holding back a little bit for whatever reason. We do have the Lovers here, so I feel like this is, like I said, it's putting a bit of pep in his step. He's feeling lighter. He's feeling happier. I'm getting like this feeling of like his birthday should be a happy time for him, but I don't know if he's really looking forward to this birthday. So something about receiving that from you makes him feel a bit better about the fact that it's his birthday. And then I was getting that information too from the Six of Air, because it talks about things looking up. He could be taking a trip for his birthday as well, so just keep in mind if he doesn't get back to you right away, he might just be like out doing things. And then we also have the Seven of Earth, and a lot of times when I see the Seven of Earth, I do feel like someone is questioning the motives as to why you would be reaching out, but I feel like they view you as like such a caring person. Like he looks at you as someone who would do something like that, and he's like, you know, that's not surprising to me. You know, there's no ulterior motives. I just know in my heart that she just wants to wish me a happy birthday. You know, she just wanted to reach out to me. You know, I think a lot of times when people ask me this question, like, what would this person think if I reached out to them? Like I get a lot of the time that they are questioning why. They're trying to figure out if there's a motive behind it, or if it's just a sincere like contact. They're not really sure. It's like they're kind of hesitant, questioning. Like I don't feel like this person feels this way at all. I feel like they might be a bit surprised. They might not have expected to hear from you. It makes them happy, but they're not questioning, because I feel like they just feel like you're just that type of person that would do something like that and send good wishes. And you know, I feel like there's something to be said about that he thinks very highly of you. No, I don't think it's going to irritate him at all. I just want you to know that he might be busy. Like it says taking a trip. I also see like he could be working. I don't know what this is, but it's like he's occupied. So very well could just reach out to you right away and thank you for contacting him and wishing him a happy birthday. But I just wanted to keep you in the loop that if he is going to be busy that day. So if he does get back to you right away, it's actually a good thing, because it means that he was willing to take time out of his busy day to reach out to you specifically. And so feel good about that. But don't don't feel bad if he doesn't get back to you right away. Does that answer your question, Vetus? I hope it does. Let me know. But no, I don't think it's going to irritate him. I think he's actually going to be a bit chipper because he heard from you. I do see that. And Vetus, don't forget to cash in on your 3 in-depth questions. I know that you're said that it takes you some time to get those questions together, but don't forget that you have that as well at some point. You can email me. Perfect. All right, well, I'm gonna go ahead and call it there. I hope you guys have a lovely rest of your evening. We're gonna tally up here in just a second and see where we are, how close we are to our goal. And yeah, thank you guys for your support as always. I hope you have a great evening. Bye.